And here we are again. Welcome back to Drawing with Thomas. This is me, Thomas. Now, in order to ink, I usually use something like this. It's a fine tip pen. Now you can use whatever you want. Some people like using brushes. You will need to find what's best for you, right? I like this one because this one is very precise and the line is always the same, which can be limiting, but it's also I don't know. I like the end result from it. Let's just say. Ooh. Yes. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the thicker, the darkest pencil. So what I want to remain, because the good thing about this ink is that it can't be erased. So I'm gonna go over all the lines I want to keep in the final drawing, and then I'm gonna erase all the pencil away. That's my little trick. So here we go. Let's just start. And now you just need to go over all the lines, which, can be a little bit tedious, but I don't know. For me, I enjoy it because this is the time that the drawing is pretty much done. So you don't have to think anymore on what to add, where do you want the drawing to go and such. Like, all the hard work is done. Now it's pretty much just cruising from here. And for me, it's very relaxing, actually. Even though, like, you can stress out if you make a little mistake, or like if you don't follow the line perfectly. And I used to do that a lot. And the problem if you do that is that you'll never end up happy with your drawings. And your drawings, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're thinking of starting on this journey, like any art form, your drawings are never going to be perfect. So if that's what you're looking for, you might as well give up now, because you're gonna be very disappointed in every single drawing you make. Because no matter how close you get for the drawing to be perfect, it will never be perfect. Like right now, I just make a little mistake there. I don't know if you can see it, but that S has a little thing there. Some people may may go crazy over that. Maybe they could be like, okay, the drawing is ruined, there's no point in finishing it. I met some people like that. For me, well, first of all, I really enjoy making the drawing. So for me, just to be able to sit down and draw, that's a win all by itself. Try to disassociate from the end result. Try to think of the end result more of like a byproduct, and just enjoy the fact that I can sit down and draw. It's a beautiful thing. If you think when you were a kid, sitting with a blank paper and just drawing, that was the best. You never thought of, ooh, after this I'm gonna frame the drawing and I'm gonna sell it and I'm gonna do this and that. And, ooh, if I make a great drawing, people are gonna love me more. No, you're just having fun with it. Those ideas would never go into a kid's head, I don't think. It'd be very strange. So I also think, at least in my art, I work on the general feel and the general thing, and so I don't worry about little specifics. As long as once the whole thing is inked and the whole thing is with color, people are not gonna go like, oh, but here you get a little smushed. It's like, that's not what people are gonna think like. And maybe someone will, but you don't really wanna value the opinion of someone who would actually do that. That's not that's not who I'm drawing for. That's not the people I'm looking to please with my drawing. Actually, the only person I'm looking to please with my drawing is myself. And like I said, I just like sitting and drawing. It's as simple as that. And if you can get into that frame of mind, then what's gonna happen is that if you all those little things, they stopped you. They make you slower. Because then you start overthinking things and you start to spend more time, punishing yourself, and that all that is time that you're not drawing. And if you're not drawing, then you're not getting better. So if you can get into the mind stage where you're just enjoying it and you can just do it over and over every day, not because you have to or because you want to, but because you enjoy it. If you can enjoy it, then that's it. It's nothing else, really. And if you're looking to start learning how to draw, I will warn you about something, because we're in a very special time in the world where you can just go to YouTube or Google and you can search how to draw, and you have an infinite amount of resources that would actually teach you how to draw. That is crazy. We never lived in a time like that before, and it's amazing. But the thing is that a lot of people are gonna teach you how to draw some specific something in a specific way. I know when I started and I googled, there were people that would teach you step by step how to draw like a bird, and if you follow each and every step, you'll have the exact same bird and it would look great, and you could go and you can show it to people and people will be like, oh my god, that's amazing, and you feel great until someone asks you, could you draw the same bird but in a different position, and you realize you couldn't, because that video and that person only taught you how to draw something very specific in a very specific way. And that is not learning how to draw. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of people that instead of learning how to draw, they learn how to copy. And if you copy, you can get really good really fast. And you can copy things that look amazing. But for me, that's how I started. I started copying and I became really good really quick. And I was very happy. But I realized, after a month of just copying, that I was not actually getting better at drawing, because I couldn't draw what I wanted. I could only copy. And so for me, I had to start. It felt like starting over when I decided to learn how to draw what I had in my head, what I wanted, and find my own style. And my own advice to you would be to start straight away with drawing what you actually want to draw. So when you're looking for people that are going to teach you, don't look for people who teach you how to draw in a specific way, a specific something. You know what I mean? Look for people that will teach you the method that you can use to draw your own things. Like what I'm telling you here about simplifying things, like the guitar, breaking it down to two circles and one square, and use that to draw anything you want. That system, you can use it to draw anything you want, and you can add your own style on top of that. You know what I mean? I don't want you to copy my character, but I want you to use the system that I use to create this character, to create your own. And that is how you would actually learn how to draw. It's the same with music. I know so many people that learn music through YouTube, and they sound great and they can play all the covers, but they are only repeating and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know why this chord follows that one, and as soon as you tell to them, okay, let's just jam, let's just make something up, they are completely and utterly lost. And I always tell them, you're not learning music, you're just repeating, you're just copying. And the problem with those people is that once you reach a good skill level by copying, if you want to go and do your own thing, it's like starting over. And a lot of people, they don't want to start over. They don't want to go back to being a beginner. And unfortunately, they get stuck and they never move past repeating, copying. And that is a shame, because I believe we don't need more cover bands. We need more people singing original songs. That's what I believe. Some people may disagree with that. In fact, I have many people when I busk tell me that I should stop singing my original songs and play more covers, because that's what people want to hear. But I always push back on that. I always do. Because for me, the only reason I learned music was so I can write my own songs. The only reason I learned drawing was so I can make my own stuff. And if I play a cover, you know what I mean, the best I can do, like most people when they play covers, they aim to sound as close as the original as possible. And the best thing for them would be to sound exactly like the original version. But the way I think is that if you want to listen to the original version, that one already exists. You can just put the CD, hit the play. You can look for it on Spotify and YouTube. They're everywhere. You don't need me to do that. Now, my own songs, that's when you need me. Because I'm the only one that can make my own songs. But, I understand. I'm trying to be more understanding of people lately. More compassionate, if you will. Everybody's going through something. And a lot of people think they have stuff figured out and they want to tell you how to do it. And sometimes I feel like I do the same thing when I tell my friends, stop playing covers, make your own music. I don't want to tell people what to do. I can tell that in my experience, when I stopped playing covers and I started playing my own songs, and the same with drawings, once I stopped copying and I started making my own stuff, that's when things started getting good. You know what I mean? That's when I started learning. And everything that came after that came because of the fact that I went ahead with my own thing and I didn't just copy other people. And I am right now in a place where I am so happy with my life. And yeah, and because it all happened for me to, being true to who I am and making the art that I want to make instead of the art that I thought people wanted. That's why I keep telling people. It's pretty much my only advice for people that are wanting to go ahead in the world of art. Um, and the other thing I have to say is that a lot of people tell me that I should be smart. And I have nothing against being smart, don't get me wrong. But everything good in my life came from decisions that, if you look at them, they're not very smart. Like, I left my country pretty much, not a lot of plan ahead. I came to Australia knowing no one that was here, with the idea of playing music in the streets to support myself, which people told me it couldn't be done. And I am so happy right now with how things are going. It's not easy. Like, I understand why most people don't do it. It's like, it's a pretty hard life, but I love it. I enjoy it so much, and yeah, it was not a smart decision, but I think it was a brave decision to go in for what I wanted and doing it my own way, with my own music and my own art. And things are going great. Even now with the whole virus situation, it's not as good, but it's still good enough for me to keep doing it. And every time I do it, I can get a little bit better at it. And every week I can have a few more drawings, a few more songs, and I could just gotta add them up week by week, month by month, year by year. And hopefully, at the end, I would have something good to show. At least I know that I am playing better than I ever did and I ever thought I would. And I'm drawing better than I ever thought I would. Like I said, I started drawing when I was 26, so that is, 6 years ago? And at first I was copying. The first month I was just copying. Then I started drawing, but I didn't know what style I wanted to draw. And if you go see my old sketchbooks, which they're back in Argentina, and I want to get them back, but I don't know, with the whole virus situation, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go back. But once I do, I actually want to scan all my drawings, put them together so you can actually see how I was searching for my style. And it took me a long while to find it. Because when I first started drawing, I had the idea of being a freelance illustrator, like the people who taught me how to draw, they were. And the problem of being a freelance illustrator is that I was trying to learn how to draw so that people would hire me to draw for them. And that is a bit of a problem. because I was trying to get a style. I was looking at what people were getting hired to work, and I was trying to get a similar style to that. And what I noticed is that I would practice one style, but once I got tired and I just said to myself, okay, stop practicing and now just draw for fun, then I would draw in a different style. And that different style was less polished. It looked less good than the other one. But the other one took a lot of energy and a lot of time, and it was more forced, let's just say. So at one time I had to make the decision of going fully on the style that was more natural and it was less effort into it, even though it would probably be less, it would give me less chance of being hired, at least in the short term. And that was one of the best decisions I made. It was not easy. I didn't do any freelance illustration, and that's why the basking really helped and saved me, because once I started getting some money, not a lot of money, but enough to survive and keep going. Then that freed me to stop pursuing a style in order to make money, because I didn't need it. And of course you can always have more money, like saying you don't need it. But yeah, I'm a very simple person. I don't need a lot of money. That's why as soon as I had enough to survive and to pay my bills, and I saw that I could just draw whatever I wanted if I stopped pursuing money with the illustrations, I did, and my drawings just jumped in quality pretty quick after that. And I started making like the children's books that I wanted to write, and just everything started flowing so much better. So much better. Okay. Well, here's what it looks like now, with the ink. Now, if you look closer, you can still see the pencil lines, it can still be seen, but once I apply the eraser, all the pencil is gonna go away, but ink will remain, so it will look very clean and perfect for coloring in all these things. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to do that today because I am late for busking. I have to go now. But I will keep this drawing here, and tomorrow we'll come back to it. We'll do the coloring, and yeah, I think that would be good. And yeah, so if you like this kind of video, just let me know so I'll continue to make them. I'll probably continue to make them regardless because I like making them. So, but anyway, have a good day, and if you decided to take my advice and do your own drawings with this system, just send them over my way. The Art of Tomas, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, because I would love to see them, honestly. I always like meeting people interested in art, and especially people that are trying to make something of their own. I would love for you to send them my way. Anyway, have a good day, and tomorrow we shall continue.